Hello, welcome to Fair Lady of the Loch Tarot. Thank you for joining me. Today we will be using the Seven of Cups to ask questions about what choices we need to be making, if we're having any sort of dreams or visions that need a little help interpreting. We're going to open it up for that as well. Purpose. We're also going to leave it open to discovering one's purpose, because one of the decks here specifically means that for that card. So, and then, on your end, ask any questions in your mind that you need answered and let it come through, because this is all about choices and the uncertainties of life, right? So we're going to see what we can do about that. So for pile number 1, we have the Universal Celtic Tarot, and this one specifically deals with finding one's purpose. Okay, this card here in this deck. And paired with that, we have the atlantisite, the green fluorite, the amethyst, and the ocean jasper. Okay. In pile number 2, we have the Everyday Witch Tarot with the charoite, the tiger's eye, and this cute little white opal ghost kitty that my daughter brought in for you guys today. Pile number 3, we have the Steampunk Tarot with this African bloodstone, this labradorite, pretty flash there, and this blue obsidian. And pile number 4, we have the Rider Tarot with the purple tourmaline, the raw sunstone, this gray spotted jasper, and this stromatolite. Okay, so pick your pile and or piles, and we will see you. If you picked pile number 1 with the Universal Celtic Tarot, the Atlantisite Tower, the Fluorite Tower, green fluorite, the Amethyst, and the Ocean Jasper, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are using the Seven of Cups to ascertain what choices it is that we need to be making, clarity for any sort of visions, dreams that you've been having, and a seeking of purpose. And specifically with this pile, we will be dealing with a seeking of purpose. Okay. Okay, that's a lot. We're just going to take the ones that turned upright. Okay. All right. Now, when these fell out, I was actually thinking about this tower here and what it was. So I think these are actually clarifications for this moment here. Okay. So we will come back for that. All right. And then we'll draw even more clarifiers if they're needed. Okay, so we start off with the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles represent material things of the world, such as your health, your wealth, your household, okay? Anything that's tangible, right, that you can touch, okay? And with the Knight of Pentacles, this means steady forward motion towards your betterment, right? In any of those spheres, okay? And then that's followed with the Seven of Cups, which is the very card that drew us into this pile. And once again, you see the red dragon. And this means finding your purpose, okay? But also, while finding your purpose, you're protecting what you value, whether that's your heart, your family, your money, you know, whatever that might be, okay? So there is also a reminder here that, one, you are protected, okay? That's always comes through with the red dragon. You are protected. There's strength here. But also that by taking action, by taking that steady forward movement, you are going to discover, okay? You may have already discovered your purpose, what it is you are here for. And if you haven't yet, don't be afraid to daydream. You know, don't be afraid to dream. It helps you to discover and ascertain what it is that you actually want. And that's backed up here with the Six of Cups, you know. But they're asking you to dream with balance, right? Emotional balance. You know, 6 is a good number to represent balance with 3 on either side, right? But emotional balance can be so important because, well, as you are moving forward, you are finding your purpose, you are going to discover that it will be necessary for you to not only have enough emotional stability for yourself, but enough emotional awareness, intelligence, to be able to help others, right? Find theirs, whether that's your children, whether that's other people. I'm also getting someone whose calling is going to be within the spiritual realms, helping others to understand spirituality, helping others to understand their path. And that's followed by the Hierophant. And as you can see here, they both include that a tree. And when there's a tree as a main focus in a card for me, my mind always goes to Yggdrasil, to the world tree, you know, to all the trees that are in mythology. And that is a gaining and a sharing of wisdom and knowledge. You know, one of the ways to, and of energy, one of the ways to picture Yggdrasil or the world tree is as these roots, trunk, and branches of energy, right? Connecting the different dimensions, connecting all of us together, right? And trees in nature communicate with one another. Everything is connected to one another. And the more science discovers, the more they realize, you know, there's just so much about nature and life that they had no idea about, right? And there are these little fungi that help with communication and growth. You know, it's just an amazing, amazing experience. And we as human beings are a part of that experience. We are part of that energetic exchange. And I am getting that part of your purpose is going to be, in whatever capacity, whether you are a scientist who is discovering these things, whether you are a spiritual leader, which I am getting very strongly here with the Hierophant, okay? And if you aren't yet, it's looking like you may possibly well be. I am getting some teacher energy here as well. As far as, like, you know, with youth, okay? But there is a very, very, very strong spiritual calling here. You may have a daughter and a son. You may just have a son. I'm getting... Okay, for those of you that this is talking about your children, each one of your children has their own special gifts. They may have some in common, such as healing. You know, when you get the water with the cups, that is often a theme there. But each one has their own special gifts. For example, while they, they may share healing, or they may share seeing things that everybody else can see, or something like that, right? One of them, however, will be like, like a seer, like they're able to see things in their dreams and then they come true. I'm getting strong. I'm getting like that's a sun energy there with that one, with the sun. Forgive me if that doesn't apply to you. Just leave it alone if it doesn't. But I'm getting that. I'm also getting an energy here about a daughter having special gifts that have not fully unlocked yet because of age, perhaps, but has been showing signs of. Just so you know, they're very protected. The other side, very, very, very protected, okay? I'm getting a child helping you with your spiritual leadership, helping you with your teaching, helping you with your ritual, your traditions, I'm getting Yule time as one of the significant moments, like around Christmas, Yule, Hogmanay, okay, around that time, New Year's, okay. I'm getting also that it might behoove you to look up the metaphysical and spiritual meanings and properties of mistletoe. Now, do not eat mistletoe ever. It's poisonous. Okay, it will unalive you. Let's put it that way. Okay, very, very not good in that regard. But looking up the symbolism, okay, is going to have an import for you. I'm getting Druidic traditions. I am getting Norse traditions, Celtic traditions coming through here. Even some Slavic tradition is coming through here. Okay. Take it as it resonates. You may want to look into your ancestry and see, and in your Akashic records with your past lives, what you may have been or experienced. I am getting an energy that at least one of you has been a druid or something of that sort. Okay, and another one is a knight here. There's also a princely type energy going on with some of that as well. Take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, okay? But that healing, that balance, that grounding energy is really coming through here with the Temperance card. But not only that, but this very strong essence of coming into your personal power. And I don't mean a little bit. I mean like chakras aligning, the elements at your fingertips, power. Okay? I mean like summoning forth manifesting your desires with a purity of intention based in love and well grounded in the earth. Okay, I'm getting a spiritual powerhouse. Okay, I'm getting a strong mother energy here with this Nine of Cups. This represents an overflowing emotional abundance, of love and kindness and compassion, emotional stability, and that sort of thing. And 9 is 3 sets of 3, very much drawing on that power of 3 here. Someone may have life path number 9, but very strong mother energy. I'm also getting, the all-mother with this Temperance and this 9 of Cups. And then there's a Queen of Wands here as well. So that primordial creative all-mother energy is really coming through here. It might benefit you to research throughout history's mythologies about aspects of the All-Mother, often coming in 3s. Okay, the goddess, however you want to refer to her, the Great Mother. It might behoove you to look into that. And then if you so feel called, you can reach out to me if you have specific questions pertaining to that. Okay? Um, I am getting with the Five of Swords here that there's some internal conflict within yourself about a choice. Specifically leaving someone behind because you know he's not there. I got a he. I am getting a strong he here, guys. Take it if it resonates or not, but that they do not fit with your destiny. But with these crossed swords here, it's not an easy choice for you to make, right? You know, that strong sense of a code of honor. You know, you don't just walk away for no reason, kind of a code of honor. You know, you have to have a doggone good reason. You know, the energy I'm getting. But I'm also getting, you know, that the ice and snow are not going to clear until that decision has been made. I am getting some energy there about that. I'm also getting the message that while you're fretting and worrying about that, you're also giving them a gift, because if the two of you aren't actually meant to be together, you are freeing them to find their own personal sunshine, their own personal sun card, right? That joy and happiness, okay? And while that will require healing, you know, I'm getting as someone who is prone to feeling guilt, doubt, shame, over decisions made in the past. It's time to let those go. Okay. I'm also getting that there may be some material, financial dependence upon this other individual, and you are afraid that you will not be able to provide for yourself. I am getting the message that there will be a flow of plenty. You will have what you need. Okay. There may be a time of frugality. There may be a time of personal sacrifice, you know, that comes with that a little bit. The fears associated with having children in that way, it can really be a big thing. I mean, really. My heart feels really heavy right now, so I know that this is something that lays very heavy on your heart. You're struggling with this, almost as if someone is sitting on your chest. And that feeling I'm getting also sometimes goes into your head, where it's just like there's too much in there, and you don't know what to do. So there's a struggle going on here, and there's a struggle about knowing what to do, doing the right thing, maintaining your honor while also doing what's best for you. You feel like you're, you know, between a rock and a hard place, and that is a really difficult place to be. It really, really is. And their answer is that we need to become a student of a new way of thinking. Whether society or religious dogma, family influence, you know, demographic expectations, you know, just a wide range of things, right? They have an impact on how we think, how we process information, you know, how we judge ourselves, right? And training ourselves, becoming a student of ourselves so that we learn the most productive and beneficial way for us to think about ourselves and the world around us, frees us. One, we get to see all that beautiful energy, almost like, you know, rainbow streamers throughout the world. We see the smaller things, enjoy the smaller things more, because we're not so blindly going forward with stress and anxiety. And two, it allows us to heal, and allows us to spread our wings and fly, fulfilling our true purpose. Okay? And it doesn't matter how old you are. Okay? Teaching yourself a new way of thinking is always possible. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes hard work, it takes training, right? You don't instantly walk on a battlefield and know how to use a sword, you know. You know, the falconer doesn't just instantly be able to have a good union with his bird, you know, and know exactly what to do as a falconer. You know, all of those things require training and a lot of hours of it, right? And that's the kind of energy that comes off of this, training the mind to pursue what's best for you and those under your care, right? Because the best thing you can do for anyone under your care, especially your children, is to live your life with courage, determination, and passion. Let your joy so shine that it is such a bright light on this earth. I mean, we're talking about joy with the light of an erupting volcano, joy with the light of the energies of the universe, okay? And it's a knowledgeable joy. It's not a you know, floundering around, you know, you're happy or joyful because you're living in ignorance or blindly. No, it is a joy with knowledge, okay? That's very much emphasized with the runes there on this Queen of Wands, okay? And then here with the clover in her hand, this also benefits you in the material realm with good fortune, okay? And destiny, you know, there's a lot there with that. And we've got power of 3 in here repeatedly. We've also got 5 and 7. Okay. The 3 of Cups talks about community, celebration, you know, a sisterhood, a kindred, a coven, a congregation, a brotherhood, you know, family. But once again, we've got that power of 3. So I am very much strongly getting the message that someone here really does need to research the 3 aspects of the goddess in different mythologies. I recommend starting with your own ancestral background and going from there. Okay. But this is also a Beltane, right? A returning of the light. Celebration of the return of the light. Okay. And it is beautiful. Beltane is May 1st, May Day. In history, there used to be several traditions. One was decorating wells. One was dancing around the maypole. You know, these were all fertility sort of things. Another was to bathe your face in May dew, like, you know, the dew on the grass of that morning. Women would come and bathe their faces because they believed it would give them greater beauty. There's a lot of traditions surrounding you know, Beltane and the May Day celebration. So timing-wise, I am getting a Yule feeling around that time. I'm getting a Beltane feeling around that time. So we've got winter and we've got spring. Okay, so there seems to be a transition in how you think, how you view yourself, how you understand yourself, your spirituality. If it has not already begun, it absolutely will. Okay, and the unknown will be revealed to you. Okay, with the moon, you will begin to have a greater understanding. And that, once again, that all-mother energy coming through strong here. Yeah. For those of you that hear my words and you feel a stirring and a calling within you, and all of a sudden something starts to make sense, and you feel as if you are speaking or hearing from someone of kind of sisterhood, feel free to reach out to me, okay? All right. Now, with this process, there is no way to go through this kind of mental, spiritual, and emotional undertaking without change, okay? And it can often come quick and suddenly. I mean, you know, just out of the blue strikes you. You know, I mean, and it can seem really bad at first. Like, for example, you know, getting a divorce and losing your job all in the same day, right? I mean, that's bad. That is bad news bears, okay? And if, you know, that's anxiety and stress and fear all wrapped up into a unpleasant situation, right? But then as time goes by, you begin to realize that those things were removed from your life because they no longer suited you. They no longer fed your soul. They no longer fit into your energetic space. Okay? So while this change may come about and bring tears and stress, it can even bring anger. Okay? Just, you know, don't let it make you get bitter. Okay? Don't shut off your heart to the world, to yourself, especially yourself. Don't shut off your mind. Okay? This is all part of the process. Okay? All part of the growth and the finding of your personal power. Okay? And that's what these clarifiers are about. The loss, I am getting that message for some of you that there will be a loss of a spouse in some capacity. And those of you that that's for, you already know. In your heart, in your mind, deep down in your soul, you already know. This will not be news to you. Okay? If this comes to as a shock to you, then this message probably isn't for you. Okay? That doesn't mean that you're not going to have sorrowful nights where you feel alone, you know, where your mind takes over and you have to fight and retrain your mind to get back in shape, right? Okay. But you can. I mean, that is followed here by the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Okay. We're going to talk more about these two in a minute because there's something significant there. But that is absolutely telling you that you can. You can reclaim your thoughts. You can reclaim your internal space and integrity. Okay. The other thing it's showing is that some of you see things other people cannot. Just like the children I was speaking of up here that have gifts, so do you. Now, you may be in a situation where your children have been seeing them for years and you haven't, and you love them, so you take what they say on faith, or you just think it's an overactive child's imagination and you go on about your business. Until the day comes when you see it too. Okay? And they want you to know you're not crazy. There are just people here who, on this earth, who see things other people can't. Okay? Or choose not to see, right? And that's all part of this journey, and that's all part of the learning process. Okay? Do not be afraid. Okay? All will be well. You are protected. You are watched over by the other side, and on this one, you have a guardian who has your back and is watching over you and taking care of you. You may not understand who they are or where they're at. It may not feel real to you, but they're there. Okay? For those of you that are not in a relationship, I do get that this is coming in. For those of you that have gone through this divorce or lost a spouse energy I am seeing here, this will be coming in for you as well. For some of you, it already exists within your family. Okay? A brother, a father, a son, an uncle, cousin, something like that. But this comes with stability of thought, clarity of thought, emotional balance, okay? And healing, right? Claiming your personal power through healing in such a big, big way. I'm also getting ice dragon and water dragon energy coming off of this, so you might look at that in the mythologies as well, if you feel so called, okay? And through this, your own personal winter will begin to thaw, okay? Your own spring will begin to bloom, and you will reclaim your power from all timelines, from all lifetimes, from all those who took it or it was given, knowingly or unknowingly, okay? You will draw your power back into yourself, and you will know and have a greater and better understanding of your purpose here on this earth. And when you come to that knowledge and that understanding, there will come a time when the justice card will play a role, where karma will come in and rewards will be given, right? Or justice in the other way, depending on the situation, okay? But one of the things that comes with this is you know your worth. You are able to look at the balance and see it be even, and know you are powerful. Know you are beautiful. Know you are important. Know that you are loved. Know that you have a purpose, okay? And knowing that, you will have the discernment to make choices about who and what is allowed into your sphere, who and what is allowed into your energy and into your power, all right? Whether that's a lover, okay, whether that's a family member, a friend, a coworker, whether that is a job, whether it's a home, an organization. But I am getting strongly here, you know, you will know there's like a choice between two people, a choice between two things, and you're just going to know. In that moment, you may not know even up to that moment, but in that moment, all of it's just going to come in and balance itself, okay? And it's like puzzle pieces clicking and falling into place, and you'll know. The light will be shed, the sun will shine, and that great and beautiful joy and happiness that comes with knowing who you are, what your purpose here on this earth is, and who is supposed to be with you along the way brings. And here with Cernunnos, we have a representation of the All-Father here with the white stag. Right? So very powerful and very strong. So balance the masculine and the feminine energies within yourself, the light and the dark, the yin and the yang. Dig deep. Don't be afraid of those shadowed corners in the mind. Dig them out. Figure out what's going on. And then let it go. Okay? Because what I see here for you is a coming into a power and abundance that is beyond. It's just beyond. There are no words. There just aren't. Okay? All right. Let's look at your crystals here. We have atlantisite right here with the green and the purple together. This atlantisite tower came from a Thunder's Trove. They're on TikTok. Atlantisite helps with emotional healing, spiritual growth, ancient wisdom, and knowledge. And it works with the heart chakra. Okay, so for those of you, a part of your journey will be about remembering who you are, your past lives, and what your personal powers, your spiritual personal power. Sorry, can't get it out today. Afghanite is a good one for that. We have the ocean jasper here. Okay, and let me find my bookmark for that one. Got a lot of bookmarks in here. Okay, ocean jasper helps with joy, tranquility, emotional healing, self-love, self-discovery, personal growth, relationships, and it works with all the chakras. Okay, sounds a great one for balancing those chakras. All right, now we're going to read the green fluorite. From The Beginner's Guide to Crystals by Lisa Butterworth. Green fluorite helps with encouragement, harmony, and is purifying. It works with the throat and heart chakras. Common origins are Namibia, South Africa, and the United States. Green fluorite is a gentle healer, subtly bringing the physical and emotional bodies into balance. It helps reset the mind, quiet mental chatter, and clear a cluttered consciousness. This stone is very effective at dispelling negative energy and should be cleansed often. It emanates an energy of encouragement and support. Its strong connection with the heart chakra clears painful past emotions and radiates love, strengthening and guiding your intuition in matters of romance and relationships. Healers believe it supports the immune system and helps your body integrate the nutrients it needs. Pure fluorite is clear, but it exists in nearly every hue and is known as the most colorful mineral due to various trace impurities. It is believed that yttrium might cause the green hue of this fluorite. For personal use, use as a worry stone if you're feeling overwhelmed. For home, it can help harmonize a challenging relationship with a family member or housemate. And at work, it supports focus in a chaotic work environment. Okay, so that is green fluorite, and I can't sing its praises enough. And you can get it in many forms, like this dragon. This dragon came from a thunder's trove as well. Okay, if that speaks to you in strength and helps you get through, then sometimes having something like that can be useful. Okay, and then we will read from amethyst. And right off the bat, there is a message here attached to this amethyst that speaks of addiction. Now, not everyone is going to have a problem with addiction in its standard form of alcohol or drugs or extramarital relations or what have you. Okay, sometimes we can get addicted to a feeling, right? Whether that's, false sense of security, or you've just gotten so used to feeling the way that you feel that it's easier to keep just being in your situation you're in and feeling that way than it is to let go and experience a new series of emotions, right? So that was just coming through here. Okay, and now I'm going to read about it here in the book. Amethyst helps with peace, spirituality, and purifying. It works with the crown and third eye chakras, most commonly found in Brazil, Mexico, and South Africa. Amethyst radiates pure peace and tranquility. This gentle but powerful stone opens the third eye and will awaken your inner spirituality. It clears and soothes the mind for meditation, allowing space to raise your consciousness. Amethyst is also known as the stone of sobriety, used in ancient times to abate the effects of drunkenness. It's helpful for dealing with and understanding the underlying reasons of addictive behavior, both substance-related and emotional. As a result, it aids self-control and curbs overindulgence. The healing benefits of amethyst extend to all general areas, ranging from insomnia to painful headaches and eye strain. The purple hues of this quartz are caused by exposure to radiation and impurities such as iron. Amethyst's name comes from the Greek word amethystos, which means not intoxicating. For personal use, meditate with a piece of amethyst on your third eye to feel its healing energy and clear your upper chakras. At home, it can dispel negativity and create a peaceful atmosphere. And at work, it can protect your space from adverse energy, either from coworkers or the environment in general. Okay? All right. And we are going to get you a White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. This deck has affirmations and healing processes. I saw 3 here. Sorry that these have been so long lately, guys. I hope that's okay and it doesn't... they'll get to who they're meant to get to, won't they? So, okay. We start with the Archon of Barbello. Your biology and gender are creative and powerful means for you to express your soul path. Sometimes you may feel limited by gender constraints or stereotypes, but your spirit can never be restricted or controlled. Embrace the journey of what it feels like to be you in your own body. There is much benefit and healing to be gained through an embrace of your life journey, including the deep experience of the absolute freedom of your spirit. Okay, and once again, we have that goddess, all-mother energy coming through, because Archon Barbello is an angel, goddess, divine mother, and sacred space. She is she is mysterious and powerful. Maybe that was a mistake that was made on purpose. She may be emotional. It says she is the inviolable purity and truth of your being, the spiritual essence within you that is eternal and cannot be tainted or distorted. Okay? So, but one of the things that she works on is correcting people who are on the wrong path, right? Restoring that which has been lost. She aids in innate understanding, coming into your own personal power, being true to your heart with an authentic connection, and following your true direction. So she is a really good one to work with for this pile. It may behoove you to look more into that, okay? But for right now, we are going to read the invocation here that goes along with it. I call upon the luminous wisdom, grace, and love of our spiritual mother and spiritual father, united in the light of Archon Barbello. I accept the gift of this body, mind, and soul for the spiritual benefits of all beings. I ask for healing, protection, and guidance. May all beings recognize their true spiritual nature and find happiness and freedom through their authentic spiritual journey. Okay? All right. And then number 35, Pearl of Sorrow. Taking responsibility for your experiences empowers you. You are going to resolve an issue through spiritual inspiration and higher guidance. You will rise up in full connection to your spirit and access a wealth of divine treasure. That which has brought darkness into your world shall submit to the light and be transformed. Have courage and commitment to your awakening, for you are a precious being and can go far on the spiritual path this lifetime. Okay? And Sharo is a Tibetan word meaning to arise or manifest and shine with radiant spiritual light. Okay? It is the outcome of sacred alchemy. It is the manifestation of a pearl beyond price. Isn't that something? And that's you. They're talking about you, okay? And here with this one, we have, I assume full responsibility for myself and my life path. I call upon the enlightened heart of the universe to assist me to manifest my divine potential through grace, mercy, and love for the greatest spiritual benefit of all beings. Okay? And then number 7, 7 blessings of Eve. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have innate talents and abilities which support your soul into full, glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing ability. Choose your thoughts and words so they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and further reaching than you realize. Is that not just a synchronous message? You know, because when you think of Eve, she is the mother of knowledge, right? And so 3 mother energies going on here, and just in the oracle alone, plus all of the mother energies here. And as that first card pointed out, gender has no factor in this, because we all have masculine and feminine energies in us, right? Okay, so listen to your heart. Okay, just listen to your heart, and let the light cleanse you like holy water. Okay? All right, take care of yourself. I love you. Bye. If you chose pile number 2 with the Everyday Witch Tarot, this charoite crystal, this tiger's eye, and this little pink opal ghost kitty, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. Now, I'm already getting an energy from this pile that it may be connected to pile 1. It came out even before I started shuffling that this energy may be connected. So if you were so called to pile 1, please do watch it. Okay. Honestly, in the intro, I don't even know where I was after that. Okay, yeah. We are calling upon the Seven of Cups, okay, to help us answer some questions, right? There's some choices that we need to make, and we're going to ask about those. That's a strong one coming through here. Purpose, life's purpose. What is that, and how do we step into that and move forward, right? And anything attached, to that sort of energy. I am really, it's distracting me how strong this connection is to the first one. So if you were at all drawn to the first one, that's how strong that pull is. So you can let me know in the comments if you were drawn to both or just one. Okay, we start off with the Empress. Right out of the gate, we've got one of the most powerful cards in the tarot. The Empress represents the goddess, the all-mother energy, that primordial creative energy of the universe. It represents the power of 3, being the third in the major arcana. Okay, this is abundance in all of its fertile glory. Okay, this is love, a mother's love beyond description. Okay, this is Mother Earth herself. This is creator of the universe energy. I mean, we're talking major power, okay? Like, just beyond description, okay? That cosmic royalty sort of vibe going on here. And with the star, we're still getting that energy. I mean, look at that beautiful balance, and it's kind of channeling the High Priestess energy as well today. But with the star, you're talking about rejuvenation, regeneration, restoration, healing, balance, grounding your emotions, balancing yourself. But we're also talking about literal stardom, right? That star quality, that effervescent glow, aura, reading, shifting and changing, growing and learning and balancing your power. I mean, these two cards together are a powerhouse of extraordinary proportions. Okay, that's the kind of energy we're channeling here, and that was the kind of energy that was in pile 1. However, not everybody's going to be happy about this. It can cause marital or familial. When a person comes into their full power, when a person understands their purpose and knows who they are, sometimes the people in their lives no longer fit into their lives. Okay, and this same message came through in pile number 1. I'm getting the message that someone here is shrinking themselves to fit somebody else's ideal. Whether that's about how they cook, how they clean, where they live, how they do things. I'm also getting a little bit of marital jealousy towards others in the household. Concern. I'm picking up on concern. Distrust. I'm getting a lot of things here, guys, that I don't always get with this card, so that's interesting. There's something here between you and another person, whether that is spouse, partner, family, co-worker, boss. There is something here. Discordant energy, okay? There's also a dissatisfaction energy that comes off of this as well, okay? When what they're really trying to tell you is that this is the energy you're meant to have. The world, okay? Harmony, completion, fulfillment, fruition. This is freedom in all of its beautiful glory. means you've done the work, you've gone through it, and now you're free to make your own choices, which starts the fool's journey all over again, right? That new beginning, okay? So I am seeing a change, a closing here, a completion, whether it's of a marriage, whether it's of a living situation, whether it's a job, okay? I'm also getting the energy that somebody may be moving. If you have to leave things behind because you have to go in a hurry, don't fret about it, don't worry about it. They're just things, okay? Material possessions can be replaced. There may be some sentimental items that wind up being lost along the way. I get that you may be able to retrieve them at some point, but do not let things stop you. Okay, and by the things I mean like tangible things you can, pick up and hold in your hand, Don't let having to leave behind things stop you from doing what you know you need to do, okay? As long as you have those under your care, like children or animals or what have you, that are under your direct love and care and depend upon you. Anything other than that can always be replaced, okay? And then I get here, once you do that, once you step into that freedom, I'm getting that message of you're worried about finances, and rightly so. I mean, that's the case for anyone who goes through a change, right? That isn't, inherently wealthy or something like that. But I am getting a successful business, okay? Whether it's a new job, whether you start your own business, I am getting here like cooking. I'm getting metaphysical, apothecary. I'm getting dyes, shampoos. Okay, so maybe a beautician or something, okay? Whatever it is, I am getting a new opportunity, okay? Maybe a cleaning business. Whatever it is, this is going to bring you financial stability, okay? A new opportunity will come. It will happen. I'm getting the energy of rosemary, okay? And cleansing. Rosemary and cleansing. So, okay, I am getting the message to sprinkle salt and rosemary and thyme. And if you have heather, that too. In front of your door. I'm getting clean and sweep out your space, wherever it is, whatever it may be, whether it's your business, your home, whatever it is, and I'm getting sprinkle that in front of all your doors. Okay? All right. Take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I'm also getting water. Somebody here might be able to scry using water. Okay. All right. The Page of Swords, and this came out in pile number 1 as well, talks about retraining your mind, right? Becoming a student of yourself, a student of your own mind, and learning how you really truly do think and feel about things, how you wish to express yourself in the world. And they do want you to be bold. They do want you to be yourself, no one else. They want you to drop the mask. They want you to drop the burdens that are not yours to carry, okay? And they want you to stand strong and firm in your own personal power, knowing who you are, because you've done the work. You've become a student of yourself, and you know yourself, okay? And when that happens, you will be able to help others do the same. You will be able to help others know themselves. You will be able to be generous and give them gifts and help them to explore and learn about their own gifts. You'll be able to teach them a trade. You'll be able to teach them about spirituality. I'm getting all sorts of things here where, because you know yourself, because you come into your personal power, you gain all these tools on how to help others do the same. Okay? And I'm getting a water fountain, maybe of some emotional and spiritual benefit to you. And then we have the sun, okay? And this came out at the end of pile number 1. This is happiness. This is joy. This is complete wholeness, right? This is also channeling that power of 3 that I saw in pile number 1 again. Guys, I'm serious. Pile number 1 and this one are so tied together. Maiden Mother Crone energy, 3 aspects of the goddess, okay? I'm getting here 3 generations of women who help each other out, who live and work and help one another, right? So it can be in any aspect of life, any capacity, okay? It could also be, like a coven or a kindred or a congregation or a ladies group or a gentleman's group or, just whatever resonates with you, okay? A support group. But I am definitely getting that joy aspect. Sunflowers are very much about that happiness and joy, okay? And while this can feel really intimidating, it can feel like a lot, okay? It can feel like so much. And starting new businesses, starting new lives can be overwhelming. And when this thing up here comes to a conclusion that we saw here at the top, okay, you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel scared. You're going to have doubts. You're going to just be, well, honestly, you're going to probably be angry with the universe. You may even be angry with me for having said something in the first place. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. Process your emotions as how you need to process them, as long as you're not harming anyone or yourself, okay? Cry, shout, stomp your feet, whatever it is you need to do. Cook, knead bread, pound steak with a meat mallet, whatever it is that helps you work out your frustration, okay? Chop wood. But then once you've let it out, let it go and move on. Because if you do not, then it will grow and grow inside of you, okay? And it will create things like depression, anxiety, hopelessness. It will cut you off from those that you love, okay? You need to remember that sun, all right? Not stay in the low moments. It's okay to mourn something lost. It's okay to be angry over everything that you've lost, as long as you don't dwell in it, as long as you don't stay in it, okay? That is important. Very, very important. I am seeing a spiritual teacher, okay? It might behoove you to take on a spiritual teacher or a mentor, to speak with someone of like mind, of like gift, of like heart, okay? Of like power. I'm also getting that you yourself will become a spiritual teacher, and that came through in pile number 1 as well. I'm seeing travel. I am seeing an end to material worries. I am getting the feeling of having enough for yourself and those under your care, okay? And a strong gaining of knowledge about the world, about history, about past lives, and about the mysteries of the universe, okay? I'm getting that some of you will be writing a book about these things. Writing a book, making a video, charting it somehow for others to learn from, okay? And that you won't be alone. And this one came through in pile number 1 as well. That 3 of Cups energy, once again, that power of 3, that Mother Maiden Crone. This is community, okay? This is of like mind and of like heart, and understanding the unknown community. Really strong emotional and spiritual energies from this one, okay? I'm getting it might benefit you to look up the metaphysical properties and meanings of goldfish or koi fish. And I don't even know that this is a thing, but the word firefish comes through in my mind. Is that a nickname for something else. I don't know if that's actually a thing. Take it or leave it as it resonates. It may be a dragon reference. I'm not sure. Some of you may know, and it may just hit you and just be like, I know exactly what that is. Because I don't. But someone over there may. And then we have abundance. Okay? This is having your cake and eating it too. I mean, that's what this is, right? Having your vineyard and drinking your wine and eating your cake and loving your people, loving your animals, loving your home, being abundant in every way there is to be abundant, but also being grounded, right? Still appreciating the little things as well as the big things, okay? Never lose sight of the little things just because you've been blessed with the big things, okay? Yeah, this is beautiful. Very productive energy there. Okay. We will move on to your crystals. Now, the charoite here helps with generosity, acceptance, and illumination. It can come in purple, gray, and black, and it works with the crown, third eye, and heart chakras, most commonly found in Russia. Charoite marries spiritual energy with deep heart chakra love. This high vibration stone has some powerful effects. It will remind you to be present in the here and now while helping you accept the past and whatever the future may bring. It's a wonderful tool for enhancing empathy and inspiring the desire to be of service to others. Charoite can help you overcome fear and nurture the courage you need to get through a challenging or difficult time. It stimulates your body's energy flow and can inspire a great proliferation of positivity. It also opens a connection to the divine, creating space for spiritual guidance and insight. Healers believe it strengthens physical resilience as well. Named for the Chara River in Siberia, near where it was first discovered in 1978, charoite can sometimes exhibit chatoyancy, an optical illusion caused by a band of reflective light, also known as the cat's eye effect. For personal use, keep near you as a reminder to live in the moment. At home, it can help make service to others a priority in a household. And at work, it increases motivation and reduces procrastination. Okay? And I am getting the message for some of you, you feel like you are the only one doing the work in a household. So this might help you with getting some progress in that and delegating some of those responsibilities and lighting a fire under some people's booties, if you'll excuse the expression. Tiger's eye works with protection, prosperity, and balance. It can be brown, gold, red, blue. I've seen it in a variety of colors. The chakras that it works with are the solar plexus, sacral, and root, and is most commonly found in South Africa and Thailand. Tiger's eye brings a feeling of equilibrium. This stone carries both the energy of the sun, its golden hue, and the earth, its rich brown color, combining masculine and feminine energies and creating a balancing effect. It will energize you when you're exhausted and calm you when you're overexcited. It stabilizes emotions and is also quite grounding. In ancient times, it was used to protect against the evil eye, and it still provides a shield deflecting negative energy or physical or emotional attack. It is also a stone of good luck and will attract prosperity. It's helpful when working with money or making financial decisions. Tiger's eye supports a balanced effect on the body's systems, optimizing health and well-being. Tiger's eye is created when quartz forms over crocodilite, dissolving the fibrous mineral and creating the layered cat's eye effect. Its brown color is caused by the iron oxides and hydroxides of the crocodilite. For personal use, keep a piece of tiger's eye in your pocket to alleviate mood swings. That can be helpful, especially if you're going through menopause or significant changes in your life like that, or are pregnant. At home, it can create a balanced, centered household, particularly during times of transition. And at work, it can attract new business and helps in dealing with finances. So if you are very much resonating with that Eight of Pentacles card and starting your own business, I really recommend Tiger's Eye. And then if you are feeling like your energies are kind of being pulled out of you and you're feeling exhausted and tired, there are several crystals that can aid in that, and I recommend you wearing them as bracelets or something like that. And Tiger's Eye makes a great one to put on your receiving hand, right? So that it filters out that negativity. And then we have the pink opal ghost kitty. And right off the bat, there is a message there that the other side is with you. Okay, you are never alone. Also, it's a good one for love. I mean, it's a really strong one for love here. But look at the white and pink there on it, being balanced there on both sides. Okay, so that emotional balance. Oh, pink opal helps with love, healing, protection, spiritual awakening, compassion, inspiration, authenticity, meditation, and positive vibes. It works with the heart and crown chakras. Okay. And for those of you that are interested, this one came from the mineral mushroom, and this one came from a thunder's trove. Okay. All right, let us get you a White Light Oracle message by Alana Fairchild. Okay. That's a lot of messages. Good gravy. Okay. I had hoped this video would be a bit shorter than the other one, but it's not looking like it, is it? All right, Queen of the Nagas. A sacred task exists for you to fulfill. Sorry, exists. Why do I do that every time? Exits. Huh. A sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connection to your heart. Be open only to those most authentic teachings which prove helpful to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleansing your body, mind, heart, and soul will be of particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you. So you will have a lot of support, and that is wonderful, okay? And here is a little prayer that goes along with it. May all waters be cleansed, protected, and blessed for the greatest good. I open to the unconditionally generous compassion and wisdom that protects and guides all true paths. May the positive presence of light be awakened within me. May I be surrounded by divine protection and spiritual grace. May I effortlessly attract all that is needed for my highest good, for the spiritual benefit of all beings. That's beautiful. Number 36, Telepathy of Terra Mater. The pathway for your spiritual fulfillment and the sacred manifestation of your purpose is not necessarily logical and will evolve organically. The skillful and unpredictable workings of the Earth Mother are supporting your soul journey unconditionally. Following up on inspired ideas and allowing for unexpected shifts in direction are integral to the manifestation of your soul purpose. Commit to an idea that feels good to your heart, even if it seems improbable or unattainable. It will manifest successfully. And that is such an encouraging message. Number 37, Oracle of Chaldea. Continue on your healing journey with enthusiasm, but without forcing things to happen more quickly than feels natural. Sometimes the body will be ready to let go whilst the mind is still holding on. At other times, the mind may need to be patient as the body processes an experience. Trust in your own timing and rhythm. There's no need to be impatient or to judge yourself. You are summoning the spiritual fortitude to tackle an issue which has previously held you back. When the time is right, the healing shall happen more easily than if you tried to push forward prematurely. Things are going to work out. Be positive. Okay, and then we have number 21, Seraph of 963 Hertz. It might benefit it. I can't talk today. What's the deal? It might benefit you to listen to music at 963 Hertz. Practice connecting to the joy that is always deep within you. Pay attention to what brings you exquisite delight. If you don't know what that is, you are guided to experiment and explore. Connecting to the joyful capacity of your heart will heal so much negativity and uncertainty. Let your heart relax. Allow the spiritual grace that wishes to reorder your life to manifest in its miraculous magic. Isn't that wonderful? It's just, this reading is very heart-centered. May I connect with my own depth, sincerity, and gratitude for life. May my heart and its depth of love, capacity for awe, and appreciation of mystery be empowered and protected by the light. May I fall in love with the true beauty of my sacred life path, from the universal heart to my heart, to the hearts of all beings. May spiritual love and blessing flourish. It's beautiful. Number 35, Pearl of Sorrow, was also in pile number 1. Taking responsibility for your experiences empowers you. You are going to resolve an issue through spiritual inspiration and higher guidance. You will rise up in full connection to your spirit and access a wealth of divine treasure. That which has brought darkness into your world shall submit to the light and be transformed. Have courage and commitment to your awakening, for you are a precious being and can go far on the spiritual path this lifetime. Okay. And then we have number 8, Bath Coal. And number 8 is the number of abundance. Okay. Also getting that chakra alignment message here as well. Eschew complicated explanations as you seek the simplicity of the deepest truth of your heart. Gently but firmly cast aside that which does not resonate as being true for your heart. Focus upon and speak from a higher spiritual perspective. All prayers are answered at the perfect time and in the perfect way. You have a powerful voice which can foster healing and wisdom on our planet. Okay. A lot of fiery passion energy attached to this too that I'm picking up on. Good self-confidence. I call upon the divine voice of Bath Coal, a guardian of luminous communications and clear channel for spiritual truth and healing grace. Please bless me with clarity, according to the highest wisdom and mercy, and in divine timing may I read the signs and hear the voice of truth louder than all others. May all beings receive the guidance they need to find happiness and spiritual freedom. I had a similar prayer myself today when I was in the shower, so that might be something for you when you're in the shower. Use that time for cleansing and for renewal and for any heartfelt prayers, okay? Or in the sunshine. I'm getting that as well for some of you. Okay, I hope you found this to be helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments. If there's anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. If you feel called to reach out to me, please do so. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved more than you'll ever know. And you have the strength to not only endure what you must do, but to thrive on the other side of it. All right? I love you. Take care of yourself. Bye. If you chose pile number 3 with the Steampunk Tarot, the African Bloodstone, the labradorite Shiva, and the blue obsidian tumble, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are using the 7 of Cups to guide us in the choices that we need to make, and show us what choices we might need to be making. And that one's coming through pretty strongly with this one, I do believe. And also our purpose. Okay, and I'm going to leave those for clarification. Okay. And right off the bat, I have 5 of Swords. So someone is moving on, moving away from a way of thinking. Whether it's resentment and burying the hatchet, whether it's that you are widowed or a widower and you are releasing that pain that you have been experiencing, the anxiety, depression, and agony of that. Whether it's financial worries, whatever it is that taunts the mind, you are releasing and letting go of that. And that is a choice that they are encouraging you to make, okay? And then I am getting worries about someone who has made the choice to leave, whether that's a marriage, a family situation, a job, or that you have been left behind in some capacity or another. I am getting that you will be all right, okay? I'm getting that understanding will come to you, as well as whatever material needs will be met for you and those under your care. And I am getting children coming through here, okay? Whether they are yours or someone else in your sphere that you care about. With the King of Wands, usually the King of Wands in most decks represents spiritual personal power and all that goes with that, intuition and that sort of thing. But with this steampunk deck, I always get magician behind the curtain, but not really in a good way always, right? Like someone has exited stage right, or someone is pulling strings behind the curtain, or there's always just some sense of absence or deception. And that's not usually how this card's supposed to be read, but for some strange reason, in this deck and specifically in this reading, that's coming through. So someone has done something, manipulation, gaslighting, I don't know. I'm getting maybe a combination of both. There may be some spiritual manipulation here, some energy vampire sucking. And I don't mean to make anyone paranoid at all whatsoever. But I am getting a secret locked away in a drawer or a box or something that holds the truth of the situation. Take that if it resonates, leave it behind if it doesn't. And this is causing you pain. This betrayal is causing you pain. It's causing you exhaustion. It's causing you neurological difficulties. It is causing you thoughts of anxiety and depression and just a cloudy mind. Okay, and it's going to require you to work to get out of it. You're going to have to master yourself. You're going to have to master yourself. And usually with this Eight of Pentacles, this is like literal physical work that you do to make money. And that may be the case here. Money may be part of how to get out of this situation, having your own income, mastering a craft to aid you, a skill to aid you, going back to school, whatever is calling to you, right? But I am also getting, which I don't usually get from this, spiritual mastering. Mastering your own energy, how to protect it, how to wield it, how to defend yourself, okay? I'm getting some messages I don't usually get from this deck today. And then I see someone leaving. This individual, this situation, this job, this place, this home, this whatever it is, okay, may have filled all these other cups, may have fulfilled all these other things that you needed or wanted, but not the most important one. Not the one that is make or break, not the one that makes your life whole, right? That unknown entity of the soul that must be filled, okay? And I am getting that you leave behind all of these other things that are filled to go after the one that's missing. And something here about destiny is coming through with that infinity sign there, the root of infinity, okay? And then we have the Fool. So a new journey, a new beginning. You're setting off to where maybe you do not know, okay? We're ground zero, okay? And we're building a foundation and working our way back up. And we can reach for the stars. We're not limited, right? We're not held down by the fog of before. Okay? And while we are wounded, while we are hurt, while we are sore, while we will feel pain, it's not painless. Okay? We will make it through it. We will survive it, and we will look to the future. All right? And your flame won't burn out. It will not burn out. Okay? It may sputter, it may smoke a little, but your internal flame will stay lit. You will get through it. All right? And we got some clarifiers here. So, first of all, one of the things that happens through this process is that you do get a new material beginning. So that is health, wealth, household, jobs, anything tangible that you can touch, okay? And doing this, you walk through that fog, you walk through that smoke and out into the sun, okay? And you cross over into another world, another way of being, okay? And while that requires you to leave some things behind, while that requires you to go through some heartache, perhaps, leaving behind cherished memories or tokens or a familial home or whatever it might be that you must leave behind, and that does cause some heartache, okay? Especially if you have lost a person, right? But that you will be rewarded and returned threefold. Okay, now the Three of Pentacles is usually people working together to achieve a goal, and in this case that is absolutely true, okay? But a strong message coming through of you will be rewarded threefold, okay, is very much coming through here, all right? And for some of you, the people on this card may speak to you of people in your own life, and take that if it resonates, and don't if it doesn't, okay? But rewards will come to you threefold, and all will be revealed. All right, that is what I am getting there. Okay, so we have the bloodstone, the African bloodstone. Bloodstone helps with purification, protection, and courage. It can be dark green and red. It works with the sacral, root, earth, and higher earth chakras, most commonly found in Brazil, India, and Madagascar. Bloodstone is a great detoxifier. It purifies both physically and emotionally, perhaps because of the mythology of its origin. It also is known as a stone of courage and sacrifice. If you're faced with a challenge, it can give you the determination and strength to face it. Bloodstone is deeply grounding, but also has an element of mysticism. It brings these two worlds together so that both your inner spiritual quest and the elements of your higher self can manifest in daily life. This stone also offers protection and can be wonderfully revitalizing if you're feeling mentally, emotionally, or physically exhausted. Healers believe it boosts immunity and is beneficial for any blood-related ailments. The typical bloodstone, also known as heliotrope, is green chalcedony flecked with specks of red caused by iron oxide. Legend has it that bloodstone was formed at the crucifixion of Christ when drops of his blood hit green jasper. If you're feeling embattled, use bloodstone to recharge and access the wisdom you need to stand up for yourself. At home, it can protect, revitalize, and ground the energy of a space. And at work, its grounding and energizing properties make it a great stone for sustaining creativity. And so this is African bloodstone, and this is dragon bloodstone. Okay, and either one is useful for that effect. Okay, labradorite. I believe everyone, and I do mean everyone, should have labradorite. Carry it around with them, have it in your house, your pocket, your jewelry, your purse, your briefcase, and it helps with intuition, creativity, and awakening. It works with the higher crown, third eye, and solar plexus chakras, and it can be found in Australia, Canada, and Finland. Labradorite is truly a stone of magic, used by healers, shamans, and psychics for its ability to enhance psychic gifts and raise spiritual consciousness. Turn this gray stone in your hand and a colorful iridescence will flash. It's a mineral that connects the realms of the seen and unseen, creating harmony between the physical and spiritual selves. It is also a stone of protection, creating an energetic barrier that deflects negativity and emotionally draining people. If you're feeling exhausted by the daily grind, labradorite will breathe new life into your existence, enhancing spontaneity, excitement, and adventure. It also sparks fresh ideas in the imagination, perfect for creative people stuck in a rut. Healers use labradorite to promote vision and also treat respiratory infections or cold symptoms. Labradorite is named after Labrador, an eastern province in Canada, where it was found by missionaries in 1770, though it was referenced before that in Inuit legends. The iridescent colors are caused by the reflection of light from submicroscopic planes in the mineral. For personal use during meditation, to enhance your introspective abilities, especially during a time of transition. At home, it can infuse a feeling of newness into a stale environment, and at work, it promotes cooperation and agreeability with coworkers. It really helps with the, energy vampire type people. And then blue obsidian, which my daughter was kind enough to loan us today, is for clear communication, self-expression, emotional clarity, calm. It reveals hidden truths, which we did see in your reading. Releasing negative energy, it helps develop psychic abilities, divination, astral travel, spiritual protection, and healing. And it works with the throat chakra. So if you are going to balance your chakras, that might be a good one to consider for your throat chakra. Okay, let us get you a White Light Oracle card by Alana Fairchild. Number 29, Beatitude of Sacred Rapture. Very passionate card. Very, very passionate. That may be the thing that's lacking. I was picking up on a bit of that in here. Passion, maybe what's lacking that you're meant to find. Okay. Let your true self be seen. Search for the deeper spiritual purpose and opportunity for healing beneath conflict and suffering. If you have been in pain, this oracle brings a message of a joyful breakthrough. Your soul is growing stronger, more able to have faith in wisdom than in judgment or doubt. Commit to your spiritual path and know you are making progress, even if things seem more difficult for a time. Know that any such difficulty is part of your healing and that you will successfully move through it. Trust yourself. Okay. Yeah. I'm also getting a message that for those of you that are attempting to manifest a new financial beginning here, and that is part of your release from this situation, pyrite is a good manifestation stone for that, okay, to have around in your space. All right. I hope that you found this to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so, if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. All right? Take care of yourself. Love you. Bye. If you chose pile number 4 with the Rider Tarot, the purple tourmaline tower, the raw sunstone, the gray spotted jasper, and the stromatolite, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And today we are using the Seven of Cups to draw us into the question of what choices do we need to make and what we need to do to make the best ones, right? As well as our purpose in life, okay? Because that's a big choice, right? That's a big thing to figure out. And the very first card that came out for you was indeed the Seven of Cups. So clearly you have quite a few choices that you are trying to make, quite a few options that you are choosing from. Okay, that is really very much the theme of your reading. Okay, and it seems that you are making this choice without knowledge of everything is going on. You just, your intuition is telling you it's a red flag, red alert. There's something here that's not quite as it seems, right? And there's decisions that need to be made about what to do. And one of the biggest decisions that you're trying to make and deal with is your material world, right? And that's anything tangible that you can touch. So your health, your wealth, your household. And this can also represent a man or woman in your life who is an earth energy, okay, whether they're born under an earth sign or they just exude earth energy, okay, and that includes wealth, okay. It's just not a farmer out there in the garden, it's also like a wealthy businessman with that pinnacle energy, okay. So finance is definitely, and this is a Taurus card, so this may have some dealings with a Taurus, okay? But the material things of your world is one of the things that you're trying to make a decision about, all right? Whether that's a new house, a new job, or whether to leave, either one of those things, okay? And I do see you making a choice, okay? I see you making a choice and leaving everything that does not serve you behind. Now, it doesn't mean it was an easy choice, right? But you are choosing to follow after that which makes you feel alive, right? That which makes you feel passion. And there is a very joyful new beginning energy coming off of the Fool today. You may have a little animal companion that goes along with you. I'm seeing travel, okay, for a lot of you. I'm seeing, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm okay with it. The sun is shining, I'm alive, and that's enough, okay? But I am seeing an energy of gratitude here that comes with these changes and choices. Yeah, I'm getting an abundant energy here. And the Fool is being really abundant today. And with Temperance, it's just a reminder to be patient, okay? To stay emotionally balanced and to trust in the divine, okay? They've got your back. Stay grounded, stay balanced. It's coming, all right? And while there may be some negative effects from having to leave certain things behind, or, when we make choices, that means sometimes we can't make other choices. And we just need to be willing to let that go, right? Not let it dwell and fester in our minds, but just release that, okay? Because you are going to have everything that you need. You're going to have all the tools that you need, okay? In the Fool's journey, the magician is the first one that he meets, and it gives him everything that he needs. The wand, the pentacles, the cup, the sword, right? But also with this card, I always get this infinite energy, right? Infinite energy. You also have the energy that you need to do what is necessary. And that leads to emotional fulfillment. True, overflowing, beautiful emotional stability and fulfillment. Okay? So, listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. The other side is with you. They are guiding you along the way. It looks to me like you've already taken some action towards this end, something you've been working towards, a dream you've been wanting to fulfill. But I am seeing abundance, and I am seeing your labors paying off. Okay? You just, you need to make that choice to leave behind what doesn't serve you. Okay? All right. Yeah, I'm getting a strong, this people who have already begun to take action energy from this, okay? And you're going to know who you are. All right, purple tourmaline, otherwise known as sybarite, aids in love, compassion, spiritual growth, harmony, emotional balance, meditation, transformation, protection, tolerance, enlightenment, insight, and serenity. It works with the heart, root, and crown chakras. And then the gray spotted jasper helps with endurance, physical strength, stamina, creativity, connection with nature, grounding, stability, which includes emotional stability, and it works with the root chakra. Okay. And then with the stromatolite, we have wisdom of ancient life, wisdom of new beginnings. We see with the Fool, right? So you're going to know what path to take when it comes time. Grounding, transformation, connection to deep history of earth and consciousness, cyclical nature of life, resilience, overcoming challenges, connecting with ancestral strength, meditation, past life, recall, appreciation, diversity, continuity with life on our planet. It gives a really strong sense of appreciation for that. The microbial fossils that are layered one on top of the other is what gives this that swirly effect. So that earth energy here we saw really coming through strong here. And if you are a Taurus, this may be a really good stone for you, okay? It works with the root and heart chakras. I'm also getting that some of you may be taking on a family business or returning to your ancestral roots. Okay, that's also coming through here. All right. I'm also getting something about a past life energy. So there may be some soulmate partner that you're moving towards as well. That won't resonate for everyone, so only take what does. And next we're going to look at the raw sunstone. Now here's what it can look like when it's polished. Sunstone, it works with warmth, joy, and optimism. It works with the solar plexus and sacral chakras. Most common origins are Norway, Siberia, and the United States. Sunstone is like holding a little piece of sunshine. This warm, energizing mineral is the antidepressant of crystals. It's particularly helpful in combating seasonal affective disorder, radiating the effects of the sun to ease emotional dreariness. Use sunstone to replace negativity with optimism, lift spirits, and generate feelings of generosity. It's also known as the stone of personal power. It will help you say no when necessary and to cut ties to an overly possessive partner or energy-sucking friend. As it energizes the mind and spirit, it also energizes the body and can help alleviate muscle and joint pain. In Norse legend, Vikings used sunstone to locate the position of the sun on an overcast day or even before sunrise or after sunset. Hematite inclusions give this feldspar its sparkle. For personal use, place on the solar plexus for an emotional pick-me-up. At home, keep in the house during winter to create a sunny atmosphere indoors. And at work, it can inspire leadership and a positive environment. And I am getting that sunstone will be really good for those of you that are wanting to balance your chakras, either with your sacral or solar plexus chakra. Yeah, I'm getting sacral for some of you. Take that if it resonates, especially those of you going through this new beginning. Okay? All right. Now, I'm going to draw for you a Moonology oracle card. Oh, and we get that Taurus energy again. Okay, your dreams need a practical plan. All right. Yeah, I am really getting Taurus energy for this. So either you or someone in your sphere is a Taurus, a full moon in Taurus. Okay. Your dreams need a practical plan, and that fell right on that King of Pentacles. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Okay, and that fell over this making that choice and moving forward and leaving behind. Okay, so meditate, take care of yourself, do what you need to do so that you can feel calm and assured in your choice. Okay, and then you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. I did get a message through here that this is not going to be for all, but some of you are making your choices on the basis of not feeling good enough. Like, oh, I'm not skilled enough for that, or oh, I can't do that, or I'm not smart enough for that, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not handsome enough, or I'm too fat, too thin, too hyper, too quiet. I mean, there's so many things that we judge ourselves for, right? And they're just asking you to please quiet the mind and find yourself and your personal power and know that you are good enough. Okay? You are good enough. All right? I'm also going to pull for you a white light oracle, because that energy that I am feeling there about that not being good enough is really coming through in a way that requires addressing. Okay, so let's see if we can't get some encouragement here. Number 34, Sacrament of Extreme Unction. I'm getting that some of you are sacrificing your own happiness because you think that is what is right. You might want to re-examine that, okay? Your heart knows how to let go so you can find peace. It is time for you to experience spiritual closure. A beautiful new reality is opening up for you. Entering it requires you to release your attachment to the past. You have been inwardly preparing for a powerful rebirth. Now is the time to trust in what is meant for you and move toward it with an open, trusting heart and peaceful mind. And I am getting that for some of you, trust may be an issue there, and you may want to look into why you feel that way. And if you're already fully aware why you feel that way, then you may want to look into doing some shadow work and grounding yourself to release that and let that go, okay? 42, Garuda Saparna. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what actions feels best for you to take, and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. And with that one, I am getting this for some of you who have been taking action and you've been working on this for a long time and you're tired and you're ready. It's coming. Okay? It's coming. The sun is coming. And oh, there's a Moonology card trying to roll off here. Oh, yep. And as I said that, that is the card that came off. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. You know, we couldn't have asked for a better synchronicity than that, could we? The answers are coming. All right? I love you. Please take care of yourself. And you've got this.